Today I'm gonna review an older game called Mission Red Planet by Bruno Català and Bruno Faidutti. It's distributed by Asmodee. It plays 3 to 5 players. I'd say it plays in under an hour, and I really like it. So before I introduce this to you, I want you to know that it's a hidden character selection game akin to Citadels, for example, and that will be a game to which I will compare this one a lot, and let's see what it is about and come back for my opinion of this game and of other similar games in general. So this is the 2 parts board on which Mission Red Planet is played. There is the Red Planet itself, on which you will be vying for control of different areas in a area control mode, and the docking bay, or whatever you want to call it, where all your steampunk airships will be lined up, ready to leave for the planet. At the beginning of each turn, the game is played over 10 turns, this part of the board will be refilled with new airships. So you will always have 5 at the beginning of each turn, while things on the board here are never reset, and they will be staying and scoring throughout the game. There are 3 scoring moments at the end of turn 5, at the end of turn 8, and at the end of the last turn, of course. So what you will be doing will be trying to send your little astronauts on the airships, and when an airship is full, let's say when this Mare Serpentis with this big 3 has 3 astronauts on that, the airship will depart, and at the end of each round, all the departed ships will land onto the corresponding area and deposit their astronauts there, and they are out of the game. So how do you do that, and why do you want to do it? First of all, the reason you want to do it is very simple. When you land onto an area, a source of minerals will be discovered. They can score you 1, 2, or 3 points, and later in the game they will score more. So one territory will score 1 point at the end of turn 5, 2 points at the end of turn 8, and 3 at the end of turn 10, but if you have a 3 points territory, it will score 3, 6, and 9, so it will be worth a huge amount of points. How do you do that? Is you have 10 character cards with special powers and numbers from 1 to 10. They are not increasingly strong, so you may want to play the number 2 more than number 7, or vice versa, depending on your strategy. But what is the same for all of them is that you don't get them back after playing them unless you play the recruiter, who is a very weak character but gives you back all cards, including the recruiter himself. So at a certain point in the game, you will have to select him and get back your cards, unless you just want to try and get by with everything, but it's hard to work out a working strategy in this case. So they do various things. The recruiter just gives you back your cards and allows you to play 1 astronaut on one of the things, of the airships. The explorer is very interesting because you only play 1 astronaut on the ship, but you can move 3 of your people around on the planet, so the things can shift very fast on the planet. You have the scientist, who brings in special cards that you place on the board that they will influence scoring at the end. You have the secret agent that simply puts a bunch of astronauts on one of the ships and can launch one known full ship. You have the saboteur, which of course makes something bad and makes an airship to explode with all the astronauts being on that get lost. you have the femme fatale, which basically convince someone to pass to your side, and you switch one of your astronauts for one of someone else's. You have the travel agent that puts 3 astronauts on a ship, the soldier who kills someone on the planet, and the pilot who can change the destination of the ships. And this is the very interesting thing about Mission Planet. Each ship is going to one and only one direction, although there are more ships going into the same territory. So it's not that easy to just place your people on the board to try and get control. And between that, people dying, people switching sides, and people moving around, things are very fluid on the planet. Okay, so this is the game in short for you. So this game is undergoing a reprint, a new edition, I should say. And one of the things that are expected is for the components quality to improve. And I must say that I'm very surprised, because most of the components in the game are really, really good. The art on the cards is very nice. It brings over the steampunk genre without overkilling it, without being too heavy, if you just take exception of the back of the cards, but you don't look at that much. The airships are very nice, very easy to read, number, destination, that's all there is. The red planet is, well, red, so there is little more to add there. It looks like a planet, you play on it, there is space enough to read everything and have plenty of space to move your people around. So I'd say that the only thing that you can complain about are the astronauts, and they are little wooden discs. Yes, they are not great, but that's common in many games, so I would welcome an edition with little tiny people in a space suit, but I wouldn't call the components in this game bad by any meaning. So what about the game? It's a very nice hidden selection and area control game. It has a twist on both things. As I already mentioned, you have a bunch of ways to influence stuff going on there without just placing more people, so it feels more varied than just I'll add one here, you will add one there, I will play this card that allows me to play more. Plus you have to make do with the destination that are on the board. So sometimes you may want to just strengthen one of your positions in order to dissuade other people from trying to compete with you for that particular territory. Other times you just want to bring people on the board and get ready to move them around. Sometimes you just want to tie someone else, not to get you any points, but to take them away from them. So as far as an area majority game goes, I like that a lot. It's not too long. You never feel like, oh, we are fighting for this territory again. You just have 3 scoring rounds, and there are not that many rounds in the game, so you have to keep an eye on things that evolve rapidly. But what really makes it shine for me is that this is what I would call Citadels done right. You choose your character, and yes, what other people choose will influence your outcome a lot. But you have your destiny in your hand. You will never have this situation like it is in Citadels. Oh, you wanted to damage him, but you damaged me instead. Now both you and me are damaged, and this third person can go and win the game. Here you are responsible for your actions, and if you want to target someone, you target him directly on the board. You're not trying to target him. You are choosing who you want to hurt, and you just do it. So it can be a little mean. Sometimes someone will be complaining, oh, there are only my people in the cemetery, in the memorial where your dead people go. But that's the fun of the game. You play a card after another, you try to hold on to the recruiter as long as you can, because he's a very bad character, but you will need to get back those sweet astronauts and pilot and soldier that you want to play to change all of the sudden all the majorities on the board. Well, not all of them, but some of them you can. And the scoring is easy. It gets increasingly good, so you cannot just have a very good first turn and then forget about it. The game is tight, it plays fast, it delivers, and I really like this. And especially with the reprinting or second edition coming out, you should definitely look into this if this sounds interesting at all. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, let me know what you think of the game and of the review, and I'll be happy to answer you in the comments. Have fun with Mission or Planet or whatever else you're playing. Bye!